Hansel and Gretel. For 3 summers, frost kills the apples and froze the wheat. Hansel and Gretel's family had nothing to eat but last year's moldy potatoes. My father became weak-willed and faint, and his stepmother's once glad face grew thin and sharp. Hansel almost envied his sister, who was too young to recall happier times. One morning, Father beckoned the children. "Come with me for a walk in the woods. Perhaps we can find some mushrooms." Gretel happily followed. "Where are we going?" Hansel asked. Father turned his head, glancing back over his shoulder. Hansel spied his stepmother watching from the front window, and he got a bad feeling. Father furtively squeezed a small crust of bread into Hansel's hand and whispered, "Here, our last bit of bread." Hansel wanted to tear the bread in two, give one half to Gretel, then gobble down the other, but he couldn't shake the worry on his mind. Something about the way his stepmother glared at them from the window made him uneasy. So his mouth watered. Hansel regretfully tore the bread into crumbs and dropped them as he walked, marking their path as Father trudged deeper and deeper into the forest. In a dark dell, he stopped, his hands and voice shaking. "Your stepmother and I don't have enough to feed you. There's a village just over this hill where you may find another family." Hansel hesitated. He had sick to his stomach. "Do as I say," Father pleaded, "for your sister's sake." With that, he slipped into shadows and hurried away. Gretel cried out and chased him, but she soon fell behind. "Don't worry," Hansel said, holding her shoulder. "I made a path." He pointed to the breadcrumbs right against the dark forest floor. Gretel sniffed and stayed close as they followed the crumbs toward home. "You didn't make a very good path," Gretel pouted. Hansel thought he'd drop a crumb every 3 steps, but he kept losing the way. Suddenly, a little sparrow swooped down, grabbed a crumb, and fluttered into a tree. "Birds are eating your crumbs!" Gretel cried. Though they searched, Hansel and Gretel could not find the path. But Hansel remained calm. "Father said the village isn't far away," he said. The gloom grew deeper and deeper. Just when he was sure Father had lied to them, Hansel saw light beaming through the trees. "Look, there's a clearing up ahead." The woods parted to reveal an astounding scene. In the sunny meadow sat a quaint cottage made entirely of sweets. Frosting icicles dripped from the eaves, ribbon candy lined the windows, and slabs of chocolate shingled the roof. Seized by hunger, the children stumbled forward, broke off pieces of the house, and devoured them. The sweetness on Hansel's tongue almost made him dizzy, and he didn't hear the door swing open. "Don't want to hear a little mouse nibbling on my house," a small voice said. A tiny old woman with cloudy eyes and smile as sweet as her candy house beckoned them. "Please come in," swooning with sugar. Hansel and Gretel happily followed her inside. The old woman chuckled as she blindly felt her way around the small house, bringing plate after plate of gingerbread, cake, and pie. Her children finally pulled. She made her an enormous feather bed and drew a treasure chest from her shelf. "I don't keep many toys around, but I have these old things," she said, tossing Hansel something green and shiny. It was an emerald the size of his fist. His sister played marbles with huge gemstones until they dozed off with a crackling fire. Breakfast was waffles piled with strawberries, peaches, and whipped cream. "I'm so happy to have company," the old woman said. "I wondered though if you would mind doing a few chores for me. My eyesight isn't so good anymore." "Of course," Hansel cried. One handed Gretel a broom. and pointed Hansel to a broken candy cane latch on a high window. It's too tall for me. Maybe you can climb into the birdcage and reach it from here. A huge empty birdcage hung from the rafters near the window. Now stood on the table and hosted himself inside. He heard a click as the cage door swung shut behind him. And Gretel didn't see the cage door close. And she heard a click and saw a wicked smile flash across the old woman's face. He adjusted the door with its latch tight. What happened? Gretel asked. Get back to work. The woman sneered. Her voice suddenly low and cruel. Gretel gasped. Isn't it comfortable up there? The old woman cooed up for Gretel. Here's some more cake to keep you occupied. You're a bit thin now, but you'll fatten up soon enough. The hair stood on the back of Gretel's neck, but she was too afraid to object. Is there anything else I can help you with? She asked the old woman, making her shaking voice with false cheer. Oh, there's plenty, the woman hissed, bringing out an old mop, a rusty bucket, and a dirty rag that looked especially loathsome against the sugared walls on the candy house. Gretel scrubbed the floors, shook out the boarding, and washed the dishes. Also an eye on the old woman. Every day the woman shoved another amount of treats into her brother's cage and reached him and seized his arm in her claw-like grasp. As time passed, Hansel's arm filled out and grew soft. The woman smiled in a way that turned Gretel cold. Gretel was too small to reach the cage or fight the woman. She felt helpless, and one evening as she swept up after supper, she spotted a chicken bone in the dustpan and gave her an idea. Every nightfall, Gretel tossed the bone to Hansel's cage. Give this to her instead when she grabbed her arm, she whispered. From then on, when the woman reached up for Hansel's arm, she pinched the bone. Why aren't you getting fat? She demanded, frustrated each day. Finally, the old woman cursed under her breath. I'm not waiting any longer. Girl, fill the big crock with water and fetch enough wood for a hot fire. Gretel's stomach dropped. She felt sick, but she did as she was told. When the water began to bubble, the old woman taught her to Hansel's cage. She had to stand on a chair to open the door. It was Gretel's chance. When all was great, Gretel swung a broom at the cage, knocking it from its hook. As the cage and Hansel came crashing down, the woman stumbled backward and fell. Hansel squirmed free and leaped to his feet as the old woman slowly stood. Hansel and Gretel rushed her together, pushed her into the open cage, and slammed the door shut, trapping her. You weak children, let me out! Hansel snatched her treasure chest from the shelf, and together the children fled into the forest. They ran until they both were exhausted. They went back where they started, lost in the woods with darkness coming on. Gretel felt stronger and less afraid than before. They decided to head downhill in search of home. What's that? Ada whispered. The sound distant voice calling their names seeped through trees. Still afraid, the children ducked into the underbrush. A wolf came close and began to sound more familiar. Therefore, a torch came to view. Gretel realized who it was. Father! He shouted. Leaping into the man's arms, he was thin and ragged. His eyes red from weeping. My precious children! he said, swinging Gretel into the air. I'm so sorry for what I did. I sent your stepmother away, and I've been searching for you ever since. The family was overcome with happiness. Okay, Hunter got sad look in his eyes. We still no food, he narrated. Soon we will have all the food we could hope to eat, Hansel announced, revealing a chest of gemstones. A week returned to laughter that rang through the forest. Together they headed over the hill toward home. Bye.